Sal, DJguppyfish, 5 in the morning, Miami. Just gonna do a little watch. Trying to figure out anybody in there. Is there any chat here? Let me figure this out. No. Okay, live chat. I guess that means nobody here. If I can give myself a like. Anyways, this is my 30-gallon. The air stone on the right there is clogged up. I gotta change that out. And like always, the left side of the under gravels with lined up with a little aqua clear 10. You can see the plant. I always have this tank heavy with plants. You can see the little terracottas popped over on the side. The wood here a little to the left, you can see it's actually upside down from where it was. And the tank to the right, the 20-gallon, I'll give you a view of that in a little bit. Same thing, and I'm missing fish. So I'm pretty much 100% sure this frog got in here last night. Trying to be nice and not put them out. Or I just do a little salt water spray around. But it's really getting to me, frustrating. But hey. Long weekend, hope everybody's having a nice one. A little angle here. Let's see what we get. But even though the frogs dug out that area, in camera you can't tell how it was nice and flat and simple with just a little, and it's just tossed all over. But the other side of that, the little cory and the neocardias are in there, going ballistic, eating that little piece. So I guess stuff got pulled up. Who knows? I'm gonna go grab a little coffee and I'll be back. This, you guys know you guys know I'm known for my camera work. And this is the gourami. It's a 40 breeder. I had my favorite gourami jump out of this tank, you know, but what can you do? I have 4 pearls in there, the 3 spot, the 2, and there's that molly. If the one of my videos where I talk about the molly couplets in here, the orange and black, there's a female, the black one is see when I get them. But for the longest time, let me get this right. Yeah, his right eye was black. Oh, there he is. Thank you for coming out. His right eye was black and his left eye was white. So I didn't know if it was like the color but now they're both white. So I guess he had been hurt for a long time. And it took a really long time for the eye to heal, or that's my guess. I don't know. You know. In here is also the little venison barb, the Siamese algae eater, and there's about 5 or 6 fry that have jumped over. Shown that before, the tanks are close together, and there's about 3 or 4 fry from the molly couple. As you can imagine, in there with the venison, the Siamese, the gouramis, you know, being a newborn's gonna get hard. And I actually had another couple of decorations in there. I took them out, and this tank got tossed around too a little. Let's see. It's funny, even with the tops right there in front of you, you forget to put them on. I sometimes, like, I'll hit them on the way out with my leg, something. Oh yeah, the top tops are supposed to put up there. Starting to get a lot of trumpet snails. The other ones I don't mind because I have the cichlids, I'll eat them, or I just, you know, but the trumpet snails, the shell's real hard. What can you do? You know, one good thing about YouTube when you're streaming like this and nobody's around and nobody's on, because it's a crazy hour that all these cycles are up at, and you can talk to yourself out loud, and you know, the fish don't look at you funny. You do that on the street, everybody like steps away from you and stuff, so you do it there. Tied a little mosquito coil. Gotta get to be like 5:15, 5:20. They're like waking up early like I do. Oh, somebody here. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see how I can turn on the chat. Let me figure this out. What up? Oh, it's fading. Who's that? NLA. Thank you, sir. Kenny, what's yours? Fade. Let me see here. Sorry. Let's look at the 30 again. Let's see if I can figure out how to get the chat to appear on the... Oh, okay, now I got the chat. Thank you, New Local. Thank you, sir. Yesterday was actually a lucky day. I have if you're familiar with Jay, Nano Aquarium guy, he dropped me off some Madaka rice fish, and I had some plants there. He took some plants with him, and then another guy that today he's coming by. I'm gonna give him some guppies, some Endler fry, guppy fry, and he gave me 6 fish. He goes, I don't know, they're not getting along. They're not getting along with my guppies. They pick at each other. And so I'll tell you, so it turned out it's one southern platter, one southern platy, 2 common mollies, and 3 bleeding heart tetras. And I'm like, and with the guppies. And I go, oh, okay. And then he tells me, no, I just got another tank because I had about 8 guppies. And plus those in a 10-gallon. I was like, oh, okay. So I got a little bigger tank. So he says he's getting it running and cycled. So in a day or two, I'll pass along some fry back to him and give him a little floating plants. Got the polar blues. Let me see how I switch this one. Get a little different light angle. There's a couple in here, and they had fry. With about 25 fry. Yeah, they had about 25 fry and let's see. It's Sunday morning, so Friday morning. I woke up, that plate there to the left was tossed to the side. Uh, the little yellow sub decoration was on top of the plate. Everything's tossed around, everything's crazy. And they were down to, from about 25, they're down to about 7 or 8 fry, and now there's none left. So when I saw there's none, I did a water change yesterday. But more a deep water change. Like I change the water, but like try not to disturb too much. And once a month, I go and I gravel back. Oh, somebody else here didn't see the pearl. Thank you. Got 2 legs. Oh my God, so excited. And no, so there. So I lost the prize. So I got the couple. I know which is the couple right there. Those guys swim in the middle. So I'm gonna set up a little 20 on the side, and in a couple of weeks when I get it settled, I'm gonna see if I breed them out. But who goes? That sounds so brutal to breed them out, like just to produce. But no, I would like to have like a whole tank of those. But we'll get there, little by little. So I'm gonna sip some coffee and just let you listen to the bubbles. I know you come for the fish, not to watch me, not to hear me ramble. Food in there. So if you're doing a live stream, you're just starting out, and you have another channel. Like if you go on somebody's phone or watch your own channel and like your own video, like blatant self-promotion, or am I being tacky because I'm a boomer? Let me see how I do this. Take a look at the Tetris. When I first got tanks 4 years ago, one of the first backgrounds I did is that like schematic. That was the back of a mixer I bought. The last DJ controller I got. It's a it's a Pioneer DDJ SR2. So the size of the box was like the same dimensions as the 20. So I cut out the back, put some blue painter's tape around the edge, and I've had it bouncing around from one tank to another for like 4 years. Nice, tight little mixer. It's getting to the end of its days. I've beat it up, I've used it. Mobile, you know, you bang up your equipment sometimes. It's even as careful as you can be, you know. It's just the dance. So we see. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and then it's the shed walls, just the panels. I would really like to take absolutely everything out of here and paint everything like that real glow white and seal the floor and then put everything back the way I would like to, but I would definitely need some help to move the bigger tanks, and the whole thing would probably take like 35, 40 hours to do. You know? But little by little I'm starting on it, you know. This week I'm actually starting painting the bricks and I have some 4x4s, and then I'm gonna paint them all white and take some plywood, you know, some 1/4 inch or maybe 1/2 inch plywood. I have to see what I have, and do those along the top. So it's like rails, and like, okay, it's a 30-inch tank, so I'll put a 30-inch piece of plywood that'll fit right on top, right on the base of the tank, and then it'll leave open rail in between. Let's see. And this tank, it's a 60 with an overflow. It's like a peninsula style that it sticks out. And there used to be it was a small restaurant. I'm telling you, I don't think it even had 30 seats. It was called Romeo's Cafe, and there was no menu. It was like a set course. You got this entree, that appetizer, a little salad. You know, you got a meat course, a fish course, and a dessert. And they only had like, you know, okay, we got like 2 whites and 3 reds. Very, you know, I don't want to say basic, but very set what they offered. But everything was really good, really well done. And to stop my rambling, they had 2 fish tanks. So a little more than a year ago, I guess, on OfferUp, because that's what I go through OfferUp and Facebook looking for anything free, or try to trade for baseball cards or something like that I have. I have a bunch of old cards from the 70s, 80s, and like that. So one guy was there, and I get to talking to him. Well, when I show up, he goes, "Oh, yeah, but they didn't look that big in the picture." When I show up, I kind of look at him, and we get to talk. And he was one of the servers at the restaurant, and I didn't know him that well, but um, there was a place that's over by Wynwood. There's a garage that has some soccer fields on the roof. And like on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they had like a soccer tournament, and the teams were made up of servers, waiters, the bussers, the cooks, the guys that worked in restaurants, bars, and they would have a game like they would be open like from 12 to 2:30 in the morning, 12 to 3, for after hours. Then the buildings around it started filling up, and you can imagine noise echoing in between the buildings, so like after about a year that ended, but we had fun there. One time actually just took a small speaker and my mixer and threw some music there while they were hanging out, playing. But from that, I know this guy, and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, this, I remember, and you worked here, yeah," and we were talking, and we talked about it. He goes, "Well, listen, man, here, don't forget that little tank. Look what I got here. You remember the 2 tanks from Romeo's?" And they both, I believe, custom made. They're like 16 and a half wide, 32 long. This one is 29 inches tall. The other one that I passed along uh, to a gentleman who's also in restaurants, also into fish, is 31 inches. They both have the overflow and stuff. I'm not using the overflow on this one. I just have the 2 panels of the gravel, and I had a Jayco submersible. Where is it around here? The guy I got this from, he gave it to me. He said, "Let's see what I can do this." Yeah, the guy I got this thing from, and it had the filter. He says, he goes, "Yeah, you can have this. I got a new one. I've had it like 10 years, and I've used it for a good 2.5 years." And it hung there, and you can see there's a little like the wires there. And when I reached in there, and then I touched the metal, when I reached in and I touched, I got like a little bit of a tingle, a little bit of a shock, and I saw the wire, and I said, "Okay, that's close enough," And yeah, I worry about the fish, but I'll be honest, I was, self-preservation. I don't want to get shot, I'll try and make sure that the fish don't get shocked, but I have to make sure I don't get shocked. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. But hey, and so because the world, no matter how big we think it is, it's really small. To stay on with the theme of restaurants and fish keeping and all that, and it's supposed to be good for stress, which I loved working in restaurants and catering. Pretty much since I started working, I tried other things, but that's what I really enjoyed. I did well doing that. Got too old for the dance, but it was fun. Mr. Craig, how are you? And so, with all the stress in that biz, I'm surprised not everybody doesn't have a bunch of tanks. So let me do a little switch here. So, from the same guy that I gave the tanks to, I got these cichlids from him. see what. I got these cichlids from him, and so he's now breeding. He used to be a um, who's in the kitchen? Somebody's cooking. We take deliveries. You know? So the guy there was a restaurant on Coral Way in Coral Gables, a little area called Miracle Mile, all the shops and stuff. Uh, Young lady named Sydney Hudson. I believe she was from the Caribbean for like the fusion, or Tanika on the Mile. They were there for like 15 years. They shut down during COVID. Excellent food, awesome, incredible food, that place. So anyway, the guy was a bartender there, and we got to talking. I had sold a few baseball cards, and then, oh, I'm breeding now. So I am. He told me, that I was his first like actual paying customer, and he gave me 5 yellow labs for $20. You know, Miss Only morning. Uh, you know, saying he told me I was his first customer, but yeah, I'm sorry. It's not the first time I was told I was first in my life. But anyway, so we got talking, and he also, oh, I'm looking for tanks. So I gave him 2 tanks I had. One was the other one of that poly I got from the restaurant. And then he gave me some more labs. He gave me 3 more labs, and he gave me the blue one, the Manjano, and the gray stripe one. I believe that's a zebra cichlid, a red zebra cichlid. He told me it was a mix of something or other. But he's doing well. He's better. He gave me. We did that about 5 weeks ago, and about a week later, I sent him a picture. I didn't hear from him. You know, I set up the tank, and then I told him, hey, I'm gonna redo the tank in a couple of months, but with sand. And he didn't answer me, and then he calls and tells me, oh man, I was in the hospital. I had a heart attack. I was like, oh God. But he's much better, you know, and we're gonna get together. No, these are the very first, you know. And you see down here, all by himself, is a Mabuna that I got, and the guy said he had a tank. He told me his tank was like a 75 or 65. You know, it was kind of squared out. He told me it's not really. They should be longer for them, but it was. And he says he was the last one he got. He had like 7 or 8 other fish in there that were 2 and 3 times his size. So he put 2 to their end, and he was working on another one, so he pulled them out, and he said, hey, you want them? So I went and picked them up, and he's been in there. I'm going to see what I do, get some other Mabunas, but like everything, I got to build them a little bit of cool fish, and he kind of, now I drop him a little snail once in a while. He runs up to the corner right where I dropped the snail, because I feed all over the tank. But these Africans are, I'm really enjoying them. Really, really enjoying the fish. He showed me one. What is he breeding? A red empress, I believe it was. Oh, that fish is like, just to have it there, like not swimming. You know, like I don't know. You see, like one of those cars, you know, that is like so decked out, so beautiful. It shouldn't even be driven. It should stay like a, you know, art piece there. That it's a, well, that empress was that fish he showed me was just so big, so gorgeous. He goes, this is the girl. or and look at the color on her and all this. He was telling me, and that it should be like in its own little tank, just doing there, just posing like in Vogue or something. So yeah, I'll let you enjoy the bubbles for a while. Stop rambling. I need another cup of coffee. Hope everybody's well. I gotta see how I keep the chat on there because it comes and goes. And who else? Oh, is that Rob? It's faded. I can't even see. I'm blind. Yes. There's I've been watching. I can't. I gotta look it up. I can't. But he does video scuba diving in Lake Malawi. No comment. It's a couple of them, and they just go down and like the scuba noise, the breathing is real heavy, but they just swim around slow, and it's all rocks. It really is. Yeah, in America they're muted. Yeah. You know, unfortunately, that's how it is. You know, the capitalism, you got to sell. So they mute the fish so to sell them makeup, you know? I don't know. Got to cover that. It's raining hard outside. And I mentioned earlier that from Jay, Nano Aquarium guy, some of you guys, some of you might recognize him from here, from some of his videos. The Christmas wreath aquascaping video he did is real cool. But I got some Dr. Rice fish from him. And I put them in the tank with just the little plants, nice clean water. Yes, that's the rain. Got a nice red sky. And I kid you not, that's a 90 I'm cleaning to try and set up. Let me get out here in the rain. You can see it's, you can't really tell, but it's only like half covered. And from yesterday, I kid you not, there's like 1.5 inches of water in that. Yeah, the rain is brutal in Miami. But it's good also, though. You know? I do a lot of like weird things, you know, like when I spill stuff, the towels I use out here, my wife doesn't like me washing them in the thing, so I just take them in a bucket, put a little dishwasher in there, and give them the rinse like that, like old school, turn them around with a stick, and then I used to try and do it before it rains, and when I know we're gonna have a couple of those days, I just take them outside and I put them like I put a broomstick, hang them over, and just from the rain, after they come out so clean, you know. But hey. Yes, and I'm really enjoying the African. You know, he told me I could add a lot more fish to this tank, but there's 10 in here now. There's 8 of the yellows. I believe there are 3 males, 5 females. The Manjano and the other one. What I'd like to do is change the tank around a little and add a little better filtration. Because I got a nice under gravel running in here. I'm big on the under gravel filter. You know, always have. I add plants. They pick out the duckweed they eat. The other ones, like I got some val floating like in a circle up there. And then I got that marine man. That it just flows. I take it out of there like once a week and rinse out the sponges and stuff. Yes, yellowfish are cool. And then I gotta put a light on it. The well, when I had gotten that crab, one of the purple crabs from Ecuador, hermit crab, and it was a good size, 3.5 inches. I get with the tanker. Uh, some people, their daughter went to college, wasn't going to take the crab, so I went and actually got it free. So um, talked to the lady and got a couple of plants from her, like peace lilies, and she gave me. She told me it was a Jack Dempsey couple, right? And they were there fine, and I had done water change, everything there. It was like 10:30. I went inside, ate everything, and I came out at 12, and the female disappeared, and the tank was covered. It was like, oh, it's really coming down now. Mr. Melvin, how are you, sir? Nice. Yes, I'm hoping to breed a little more and see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, Melvin's here. Nice. Excellent parents. Yes, me and my wife think we are. We try. No, I got good girls. I'm blessed. I got good girls. Uh, Morning, Steven. I'm just, the chat just flashes for like 3 seconds and then it fades out. And that's way too fast for me to read. Yeah, there's a major storm right now. Nice. Oh, that's what we should do is pop up weather camera. Oop. Yeah, I woke up a little bit ago. Wow, it is really coming out. And I love my Miami, but I kid you not. Between June and October, oh, this happens 3, 4 times a week. got down here? This is that boom. I have a couple of bio balls in there, and when I turn the power heads on to get more flow going on there, they start blowing around the tank, and he pushes them around like a soccer ball. Also, there he is. Also, like that ceramic ball, he does the same to that. That's a heavy little ceramic ball. Yeah, the lightning. Yeah, look at the way the water trickles right through it. Oh, look, we got a nice shot. Just missed it. We get the boom. Oh, no, wow, yeah, it's far away. You know, as much as I'm into the fish, I'm actually a little bit more crazy about my music, my DJing, the boom. And a lot of times when I hear thunder like that, I think, man, I wish I had speakers could do that. Yeah, I'll be careful, Smooth. Thank you. Yes, that's I believe it's a yellow zebra mabuta. And the guy I got it from, because he was killing all his other fish, he was like a psycho. So I'm gonna see what I do. But I read that they're okay kind of by themselves, but I feel bad about that. Well, I traded that crab I was saying before, and I got sidetracked with the lightning, you know. I traded that hermit crab for, they told me it was a Jack Dempsey. Then a gentleman told me that looks more like a blue acara if you look at the markings, this or that. Then when I did the Google lens, it told me it was a green terror. So now it's got this thing like 5 months it's growing out. It turned out it's a black acara. It's supposed to be a little more mellow and stuff, but when I put plants in the tank floating on the top, I do that in all the tanks. You know, even with fish that eat them. And there's like 3 guppies in with the acara for like a while now, like 2 or 3 months. Nice. Thank you, sir. Yeah, he has like a thing on the back of his fin. It looked like it was like a pipe, but as he's been here, it's gotten more yellow. And let me see here.